Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. In today's video, we're going to be doing Packet Tracer for 10.4.3 of the Cisco Networking Academy. And in today's Packet Tracer, we're going to be doing basic device configuration. As you can see, completion is at 0%. My goal is to get you at 100% by the end of the video. So as you can see, you have your addressing table, objectives, scenario, and requirements. And in today's video, you don't have instructions, which means everything we need to be doing will be on our requirements. So they say provide the missing information in the addressing table. Note some of the information is provided on the packet tracer instruction for your topology. So if you go back up, you'll realize that the missing information in this table is that we do not have subnet masks for these IP addresses. We just have a /24, okay? And that's it. We also don't have the default gateway for switch 2. If you have watched on my previous video, I did say just click on the mouse and you'll see G01 is associated with switch 2. Therefore, your IP address on G01, your IPv4 address, okay, on G01 of the router will be your default gateway on the switch 2. So now what we do have to find is our subnet mask. And in order to do that, we just have a /24. So I'm going to show you how to do it very quickly. It won't take much time. So okay. And I'm going to make it very short. As we do advance, I will make more videos for better understanding, but for this video in particular, I'll just be doing this. Okay, so you'll realize that in networking, we do have bits. We have bits that consist of zeros and ones, and in these bits, we have 4 sets of hexadecimals, meaning we have about 36 bits, bits being consisting of zeros and ones. And if you realize that in previous videos, most of our subnet masks are more like 255, 255, 255. And then you have a completely different number at the end. Okay, so what I will be doing in this video is showing you how to find that last number that we cannot find, right? This 255, you might ask, where is it coming from? I'm going to show you on the bits. The bits, since are hexadecimal, means they're containing eight sets of bits. Okay, so just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You will realize that if you count all these, they do add up to 32. But if you count the number of ones, they add up to 24. Okay, they add up to 24. Now, what you do know normally is that if I click here, and since I have 8 bits here, I'm going to show you by just writing the equal to sign, 2 to the power of 0. Okay, we're going to be going like that, plus 2 to the power of 1, sorry, plus 2 to the power of 2, plus 2 to the power of 3, plus 2 to the power of 4, plus 2 to the power of 5, plus 2 to the power of 6. I forgot to put a plus, plus 2 to the power of 6, plus 2 to the power of 7. Okay, when you press enter, you'll realize you have 255. So meaning if you add all these numbers all together, you will get 255. Hence, we always have 255, 255, 255. Now, if you realize here, you don't even have a 1, okay? So it'll be 255 for this set of hexadecimals, 255 for this set, 255 for this set, as you can see here. And the last number will basically be 0 because there is nothing. Okay, and this, if you realize, will be /24. This will be your /24. And it can differ as you keep going. So you realize that you will count your sets of ones, and you'll realize that you have 24 of them, which basically corresponds with this. And in this set, we basically don't have a 1, which means our sum for this set will be 0, which means our subnet mask then we have concluded to be 255, 255, 255, and the last number being 0. I will continue to show you maybe in my next video, and as we keep going, of course, or if you like, you can just comment down below and I'll make a totally separate video on how to do this. Okay, so let's just go down and continue. So they tell you to rename your router. Go on your router, click on it, go on the CL tab, enter. I'm just gonna tap that for you, please. Move it up for you, and then enable, go onto your configuration mode, and they tell you to rename it. And then use Cisco as the user exact password for all lines, use class as the encrypted privilege exact password, and encrypt all plain text. So line console 0, this is a password for all lines being Cisco, password is Cisco, login, exit, okay, and then now we have to have the privilege exact password, which is enable secret class, and we have to encrypt everything, so server's password encryption. Okay, and now we have to configure an appropriate banner, so banner MOTD, access denied. We are not given anything in particular, so just choose anything. I like to play around sometimes and make jokes, but access denied works just fine. And then they ask you to configure the IPv4 and IPv6 addressing for the router according to the addressing table. So then we go back up, we have our interface IP address, and for the router we never have a default gateway. Okay, keep that in mind. So we're gonna get started with int 300 IP address 172.14.5.1, and remember, since we have a /24, we calculated it. Our subnet mask will be 255.255.255.0, and in this case we have an IPv6 address, so write IPv6 address being 2001 db8 acad, oh sorry, not acad, my bad, cafe 1 and /64. And IPv6 addresses, do not forget this /64. Okay, and then we turn it on, so right now shut down. Okay, now one thing we did forget, because as you continue they do tell you to document interfaces with descriptions. Okay, so what we're forgetting is a description here before we go on to the next one. So description, connection to LAN 1, let's just write LAN 1. Okay, and that's it. So then we exit, and then we go to int G01, and we put our IP address. Our IP address for G01 is 172.14.10.1, and again it's /24, and we know what /24 means on our subnet mask, so 255.255.0, enter. And now we put our IPv6 address. IPv6 address being 2001 EB8 21/64, and then we turn it on by writing no shutdown, and we do not forget our description. Description connection to LAN 1 as well. And then go exit. And if we go down, let's see if we've done everything that we have been instructed. Okay, one thing we're not doing here is exit. Okay, because in this case we are told that we'll be troubleshooting, so we have to find a problem on our own. So show run, and let's see if everything is correct as it should be. Just keep pressing the space button to go further. You see our int G00 and G01 seems okay. We don't have an int VLAN1. And in this case, we have line VTY0, 14, and 5 and 15. So that's something we're missing. Okay, they should have passwords. So config T line VTY 04 and password. We're going to use the password that we are given. So we're going to use Cisco. And we have to log in and exit. So that's it, we're done with the router. Now they do tell us that we will not be able to access switch 1 here. So if you click on switch 1, you'll notice that we cannot click on it. So we'll go to switch 2, click on switch 2, and we will do as instructed in switch 1, but in router 1, but there will be some differences. Okay, so we'll just go here on requirements and we'll be reading from there. So just click top there, enable, go onto your configuration mode, and we have to change the name for this as well, ASW/2. We must have the passwords again, line console 0, password Cisco, log in and exit. Then we have a privilege exec password, so enable secret class, and we have to encrypt it, so service password encryption. Then we have to put an appropriate banner, so banner MOTD access denied. You can put anything you like there, honestly. We'll make it different because we're not given something in particular. So for switch 2, we have to configure the IPv4 address according to the addressing table and configure the default gateway for switch 2. Document interfaces with descriptions including switch 2 interface. So go back up. By the way, we did forget to save our configurations. I'm only seeing that now. Go back to your router and save everything by writing copy run start. Okay, now everything is saved. Go back to your switch, and we have to configure everything in there. So in switch 2, as you can see, we only have VLAN 1, so interface VLAN 1, our IP address. Our IP address is 172.14.5.35. And since we have a /24, it means we already, sorry, this is 14.10.35. Yeah, I was looking at switch 1. Sorry, my bad. So as you can see, /24, which means we already know our second mask because we just calculated it, remember? So 255.255.255.0, and we have to have an IP default gateway. And our IP default gateway, remember, for switch 2 will be the G01 of the router, the IP address there, which is 172.14.10 and 1. Sorry, I misspelled default gateway. Default gateway 172.14.10.1. Okay, we shouldn't have left there, so I'm just gonna save everything into VLAN 1, turn it on, just write no shutdown. Great. So now that we've done everything that is required, let me see if anything's missing. Description. So description, connection to LAN 1. Yep, I think that is it, if I'm not mistaken. So we're just gonna exit and we're gonna do the line VTY again. Line VTY 0 to 4. Password Cisco. Yep. Yeah, that's it. We just have to save our configurations now. And in order to do that, just write copy run start. Yeah, I think that's it. I hope I'm not missing anything. So now that we've done that, we'll have to fix everything on the PCs. So click on PC1 or user 1. Go on your desktop, IP configuration, and let's just verify everything. So on user 1, the IP address is 172.14.5.50, which is correct, /24, which means our subnet mask is also correct. And our default gateway, remember, will be G01 of the router, okay? And if you go back, you'll see I have already explained this. So 172.14.5.1. And we have our IPv6 address for user 1. So let's just put that there, 2001 bb8 fa 1 50 and /64. And the default gateway we are given is FE80:1. There you have it. Now we go to our second user. sorry, go to your second user, go on desktop, IP configuration. Again, we're going to verify. So the IPv4 address for user 2 is right there, 172.14.560, correct. Subnet mask being /24, which means this is also correct. And our default gateway being G00 of router 1. 172.14.5.1. And now we need our IPv6 address. Our IPv6 address is given. So 2001 EB8 colon cafe colon 2. No, sorry, that's 1. I'm a bit confused. 1 colon 60 and /64. And our default gateway is given, so FE880 colon 1. Now we go to our third PC. Go on your desktop, IP configuration, and we're going to verify if our IPv4 address is correct. Here's your IPv4 address, 172.14.10.50, correct, /24, which means our subnet mask is also correct, ends with a 0. Our default gateway this time will be G01 of the router, so 172.14.10.1. And our IPv6 address 2001 colon DB8 colon cafe colon again 2 colon 50 and /64. And our default gateway is also given FE80 colon 2. Now we go to our fourth user, which is our last PC. Go on your desktop, IP configuration, verify if your IPv4 address is correct. So it is completely different. One 172.14.10.60. That is the correct IPv4 address. And your subnet mask is correct. Default gateway again is 01 of the router, so 172.14.10.1. And our IPv6 address being 2001 DB8 okay 2 colon 60 and /64. And our default gateway is FE80 colon 2. And there you have it. As you can see, completion is now at 100%, which means we have completed the packet tracer. This one was a bit trickier than the other because you have to learn how to calculate to find your subnet mask. But as we continue, I will be showing you how to learn more about subnet mask and their calculations. If you want me to do a separate video, just comment down below and I will do a separate video, okay? And if you're having any problems, just go and check results again. Assessment items, you'll scroll down here and you'll be able to see where you have went wrong. You'll just scroll down here. It will tell you if, for example, your IP address on your ports is wrong, or your user one, your default gateway, if something's wrong, it will tell you and you'll be able to correct it by just by rereading your addressing table. But from me, I've taken you this far. I've gotten you to 100%. I'll see you in my next video. Thank you for watching. Good day and God bless.